we as a church have kind of realized that we don't often do a great job of telling people thank you. And so we're reaching out to people who have been a part of WellSpring for a long stretch of time and have been serving under the radar in a lot of ways for a long time. And so what I have for you and what we'll do here, we reached out to people within WellSpring and said, do you know these people? Do you want to say anything to them? Would you like to thank them for who they are, what they mean to you, what they mean to the church? What we're going to do is ask you guys if you would read a few of these out loud.
Okay.
Kevin and Erica, I just can't describe what you guys mean to our family. We feel so at home and at peace with you guys. There's a lot of talk about finding family at WellSpring, and you guys are family to us. It would be so easy to just stay in a life group together forever, or to always come to the same worship service and sit with you guys. But we both know that's not the point of it all.
I came to Christ later as an adult, and from a background of biological sciences, I really kept looking for proof. I found that in you, and it matched Matthew 5:14 through 16. You have a joy in the Lord that it radiates from you. It is contagious and powerful and mighty. Thank you for being a light on a hill to me and so many others.
Kevin, you make Jeremiah Speaks practice fun, and you have been so encouraging to me over the years. I remember when I would sing and you would give me weird faces so I would laugh and loosen up more and get out of my head.
Oh, I'm shaking. I feel like I won the lottery or something, I swear. As I sit and think about the impact your family has made on the church at WellSpring, it brings a smile to my face. Your boys have grown into amazing young men. And as you go through the business of your daily lives, I'm not sure that you recognize the impact your family has had on others.
There is another surprise guest.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Who will be joining us probably any moment. So
I can still remember with quite a bit of clarity the day we first met, October the 5th, 2003. WellSpring opened the doors of Spring Hill Elementary School for the first time for its first worship service. We had told our core group not to invite anyone that day, save the invites for 2 weeks later for the grand opening, and everyone cooperated with that request except for 2 couples, 2 rebellious couples, and 1 little bitty boy. You guys with Ty and Casey and 1-year-old Grayson came to the school, and I still remember the day. I remember Amy and I talking off to the side as the service was starting. What do we do with these guys? We didn't invite them. Why are they here? Amy and I are grateful that you came, and looking back, we're also grateful that you guys never left. There's so many things I could thank you for. Working with the teen worship band, leading and hosting with heart and passion, making so many pretty logos. There's so many things I could thank you for, but mostly I want to thank you for trusting God enough to share your life with Him and with me, with us, for our lives are better because of you. Thanks.
Thank you. Man.
Dear Chad and Tanis, I wanted to drop you a note to let you know how much your family means to us at WellSpring. No, I don't socialize with your family. I most likely wouldn't come to your mind if you were asked about people at church that appreciate you and your family and prayed for each of you, but I do. You make it look easy and approachable, all while being the mom we want to be. And you do it all while pointing out the funny flaws that show you don't have always Pinterest together, which just makes anyone else around you feel closer, more connected, instead of feeling left behind and not good enough.
Chad, I've noticed something funny. Every guy at WellSpring thinks that you are his go-to buddy when projects go sideways. And they always go sideways. And I really believe that every guy who does this secretly thinks that he's the only one who calls you in a pinch. When things go bad, guys call Chad. Tanis, you just make me laugh all the time. I have this sneaking suspicion that a lot of people have no idea all the things that you do. If there's a woman in a bad spot, you're usually already there helping the healing to begin by the time we find out about it. It's like you've built your life on generosity. The reward for that life at WellSpring may only be a stack of letters, but I have to think that your heavenly reward is going to be unbelievable.
Pretty good. Well, I will leave the rest with you. We do have one more. We've got a special guest.
I'm not special. Chad, you don't know what it's like to be in a ministry family that can, in a matter of months, unexpectedly find its address changed from house number to zip code. or to have to walk away from a set of friendships that have lasted for years and into a new set of friends that you met a few weeks before. That being the case, it's likely that you don't know just how isolated someone can feel when they're supposed to be home in a place that isn't home yet. But if that is the case, then it's also difficult for you to know the incredible impact of having a person at your side who works like he's getting paid for it, but he isn't, who shares his bank account like it's unlimited, but it isn't, who grins like he's secretly dating your sister, but she wouldn't, and who makes himself available like he's got nothing better to do, but he almost always does. One other thing you don't know then is how much you mean to me and to my family. How you minister to us goes beyond what we would ever expect. Whether it's hauling a 300-pound TV into the house, making sure our daughter's car is safe to drive, or simply providing comic relief in a deer blind with your shooting skills. Reasons like those are only a small part of the larger sum of why you feature so largely on my personal map of friendships that matter most. Your gift and energy and service and time and self can hardly be matched. It testifies that your heart belongs to God's kingdom before your own. Your commitment to serving in every way possible to influence and impact lives for God is exemplary, inspiring others to serve as well, and doing so with a joyful heart. Because of your heart for ministry, you are priceless to the church family of WellSpring. But because of your friendship, you are worth so much more to me as a brother. You are loved. The end.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Dear Rich and Mary Ellen, where have the years gone? It seems like just yesterday we first met the two of you at the elementary school, working with those precious babies and kids down that hallway, praying over the school, working on setup and tear down. Rich, I smile when I picture you working so diligently to get everyone parked in sweltering hot sunshine and cold, miserable rain. You've served with a smile and been faithful in the little things, from building a house on the parking lot in the snow to quietly helping when a family needs something fixed. I'm not sure you know exactly how much you are appreciated. You demonstrate what a servant heart looks like, and the faithfulness that both of you have shown with our home fellowship group has connected our lives in ways we'll never understand on this side of heaven. I know there are times that the enemy tries to downplay what you're both doing, attacking when you're tired and tempting you to just give up. It's during those times that it is the most evident how much you do. The enemy doesn't bother harassing people that aren't a threat to him.
I just want to let you both know how much you mean to us. What you do is noticed. What you do matters. What you do glorifies God. You are both such a special addition to our lives. I will never forget the time we have had on the softball field. It was so much fun this year with you in the dugout. You are not only our sponsor, but our greatest fan. I know that your desire is to provide an environment for men to spend quality time with each other. Often we neglect this aspect of our lives, but as you have said, it is really critical. Mariel and I have been blessed by our many conversations over the years as you have shared wisdom about parenting, help with navigating life as a Christian woman, and following God's will in my life.
One of the things that really makes you stand out is your servant's heart, whether it's teaching children, serving breakfast at the Nashville Rescue Mission, or praying for the needs of friends. Your love of Christ shines through all that you do. So thank you for being you, for all you do for WellSpring, and for being my friend.
We do have one more letter that's going to be read by somebody who really appreciates you as well.
Rich and Mary Ellen, you two have so faithfully and so quietly honored God through the way you've served our church family. It's not uncommon for people to get excited about service for a time, and then they burn out or lose interest or fade away. But you guys are just so faithful in the way you offer your lives for the kingdom. I guess what I'm saying is that it's not just your repairs that are reliable, Rich. Through your involvement in the last men's retreat to your consistent sponsorship of the men's softball team, you've shown such great dedication to strengthening what you so frequently call the heartbeat of America, men. Mary Ellen, I can't tell you what a comfort it was to have you watching and praying over Anna during her relatively interesting first week of life. We had no clue that she was planning to stay at Williamson Medical Center for a while instead of coming home with us. It was tiring and overwhelming and more than a little scary for us. But your presence brought peace to everything. And I'm sure you've brought that same peace and reassurance to dozens or maybe hundreds of WellSpring women during your time there. Although I'd wager that most of them, like us, got so busy adjusting to life with a newborn that we never said a proper thank you. So from both Katie and me, thank you. You make such a wonderful team, and we, both the Hancocks and WellSpring as a whole, are honored to be in the service of the King with you. I love you guys. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all about the hug.
The couples in this video have a special place in the history of our church, and God has used dozens of families like these to help people follow Jesus. But this video isn't as much about the past as it is about the future. As we begin the Trusting the Promise initiative, I want to leave you with one question. How might God use you over the coming years to help people in the Spring Hill and Columbia areas follow Jesus? Let's trust the promise together for you, your children, and the future.